It's time for another WrestlePlanet news update as we look at proposed plans for Adam Cole if he stayed in WWE. Bryan Danielson is set to wrestle a member of the Elite on the next episode of AEW Rampage. And we look at the latest rumours surrounding the possible debut of Bray Wyatt in AEW tonight. All that and more coming up in today's video, but first... AEW President Tony Khan has taken to Twitter today to call for unity in the Dark Order ahead of tonight's AEW Dynamite show in Rochester, New York. The event takes place in the hometown of the leader of the Dark Order, the Exalted One, Mr. Brody Lee, with Khan asking for the faction to put their differences aside after infighting over the past few weeks. Tony would say, "In recognition of Mr. Brody Lee, tonight live on TNT on AEW Dynamite in Rochester, I've asked the gentlemen of Dark Order to put differences aside and team with Orange Cassidy under the leadership of Brody Lee Jr. to take on their enemy Matt Hardy and the HFO in a 16-man tag match." Whilst the participants haven't fully been confirmed, it can be assumed that the Dark Order will be represented by Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, Alan Angels, Alex Reynolds, John Silver, Colt Cabana, and Preston Vance, who will of course be joined by Orange Cassidy to make up the 8-man team. Brody Lee Jr.'s favourite wrestler is said to be Orange Cassidy, which explains his involvement. Cassidy has been feuding with the Hardy family office and is set for a hair versus hair match with Jack Evans in the coming weeks, with Evans likely competing in the match tonight. He will probably be joined by Matt Hardy, the Butcher and the Blade, and Helico, Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Quinn, and perhaps Jora Joel to make up the team. As we discussed in a video earlier today, Dark Order member Anna Jay will also be competing in a tag team match on the show, teaming with her best friend Ty Conti to take on the Bunny and Penelope Ford. Will the fractured Dark Order finally become united once again? I guess we'll have to just wait and see for tonight's show. Next up, let's talk about a potential future location of AEW Dynamite, that being in the Mall of America. For those unaware, the historic debut of WCW Nitro in September 1995 was held from a public mall in Bloomington, Minnesota. With AEW set to hold AEW Full Gear in the state of Minnesota on November 13th, a fan on Twitter had the idea of AEW hosting Dynamite from the Mall of America the following week. Patrick McClory tweeted, "Dynamite the following week should be at the Mall of America. I hear it's a great venue for pro wrestling." Another fan would reply asking if Hulk Hogan's Pastamania was still open, with the Mall of America themselves responding, "No, Pastamania, opened in 1995, is very much part of the past. Maybe it's time for a Punk's Pasta concept." The MOA would then reply to the original tweet suggesting that they'd be all for AEW holding a show there, and they said, "We're all for it. It worked great the first time. AEW brings the fire." There's something special about the first WCW Nitro, with the location bringing a totally different feel to any other wrestling show. As far as I'm aware, this was the first and last wrestling show to take place there, although it remains an iconic wrestling venue due to its involvement in World Championship Wrestling history. With AEW President Tony Khan being a huge WCW fan, it's likely that he'd be more than open to bringing his flagship wrestling show to the Mall of America. Right now, AEW haven't publicly replied to the tweets, but let's hope there's some discussions going on behind the scenes. And speaking of WCW, let's go to the former WCW president Eric Bischoff, who spoke on his 83 Weeks podcast regarding the potential AEW signing of Bray Wyatt. Bischoff feels that AEW may be close to revealing too many surprises in a short space of time, which could lead to them diluting each other. Whilst he is adamant that AEW have done a great job as of late, he'd save Bray Wyatt for next year, and he said, "I wouldn't do that until after the 1st of January. I'd save that for the first quarter of next year because they've had so many signings and they're great ones too. You got Sting, Christian Cage, CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Ruby Soho, etc. These are super talented assets. They brought in so many great assets over such a short period of time. They tend to dilute each other and it's not as meaningful as it could be if they were spaced out a little more." Bischoff would go on to say that if he was Tony Khan, he'd lay off the surprises for a while in order to make them more exciting when they happen again, and he said, "Take it down, slow it down so that when you speed it up again and take the audience to that peak of that moment and deliver your next surprise, just give them a rest so they've got more energy to get ready for that ride." It's difficult not to agree with Bischoff on this one, although I wouldn't be totally mad if we saw Bray Wyatt before the next pay-per-view. From a business standpoint, you can see how too many surprises in a short space of time would make each one less impactful, but let me know what you think. Should AEW slow down the pace of these surprise debuts? Let me know in the comments down below. Adam Cole departed WWE last month, making his jump to All Elite Wrestling at the All Out pay-per-view. Despite leaving the company in the end, there were talks between Cole and WWE to renew his contract, with creative pitches having been made to convince him to stay. Although of course no agreement was ever made, Fightful are reporting on some of the suggestions made to the former leader of the Undisputed Era. One of the ideas is said to have been for him to cut his hair short in order to establish a new look upon a move to SmackDown or Raw. Fightful were told that Cole wasn't interested in the idea and the pitch wasn't made again. The report also adds that individuals within WWE have had praise for Cole's transparency into what he liked and didn't like creatively, as well as his conduct surrounding his departure. And quickly, just before we continue, make sure you drop a like on the video as it helps me out a lot, and make sure you subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss any upcoming wrestling content as we head, hopefully, towards 100,000 subscribers. But now, let's press play on the video. Next, let's go to a story regarding this week's episode of AEW Rampage, which will reportedly see Bryan Danielson making his AEW Rampage in-ring debut. According to Andrew Zarian of the Mat Men podcast, Danielson will be taking on Nick Jackson, one half of the Young Bucks, in singles action. Zarian would take to Twitter to say, "Hearing Bryan Danielson versus Nick Jackson is set for Rampage this week. This will be Nick's second singles match in AEW history, having lost to Rey Fenix on the 8th episode of Dynamite in November 2019. Bryan Danielson has been embroiled in a feud with Jackson's stablemate in the Elite, Kenny Omega, who he went to a time limit draw with just last week. Bryan has stated his intentions to not only get a rematch with Omega, but to win the AEW World Championship in the process. Bryan wants to earn his shot by climbing the AEW rankings, and that path begins tonight, with AEW Rampage being pre-taped after AEW Dynamite in Rochester, New York, with the match airing this Friday on TNT. And finally, with rumours of Bray Wyatt debuting on tonight's AEW Dynamite Brody Lee tribute show, let's take a look at the latest from sources on the matter. First up, we go to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, who initially reported of the possibility that he could be there tonight in Brody's hometown of Rochester, New York, a claim made in the Wrestling Observer newsletter. In an update posted to the Figure 4 Wrestling Online forum, Meltzer revealed that as far as he is aware, the debut will not be happening tonight, and said, "Unless something changed in the last 24 hours, which the impression I was given was unlikely, no Wyndham Rotunda this week." There has also been an update from Fightful, who suggests that Bray is still under a 90-day non-compete clause, this despite rumours that Wyatt has the option to waive it. The report would note that despite Wyatt being a private person, sources close to him have indicated that the debut is probably not possible, with Fightful writing, "When reaching out to sources near Wyatt, they indicated that while they aren't positive, as Bray Wyatt is a very private person, they believe he's under a standard 90-day non-compete clause which would carry through this show." It's worth noting that the source stated that they weren't 100% sure, which leaves open the possibility that things are just simply being kept close to the chests of those involved. I do get the feeling that anything to do with a Brody Lee tribute would not leak, and although I'm less confident that he'll show up as I was before, it cannot be ruled out just yet. There does seem to have been teases made by Bray himself, as well as a wrestler within AEW, that Wyatt could be AEW bound. On 27th of September, Wyatt posted an image of himself in the ring with Wyatt family member Luke Harper, also known as Brody Lee, as well as Eric Rowan, who appeared on the last Brody Lee tribute show in December of last year. Notably, in the photograph, the faction are facing off with Bryan Danielson, a possible hint at its future. Bray's former tag team partner Matt Hardy also posted an image that could be seen as a clue, taking to Instagram to post a photo of himself and Wyatt as part of the Deleter of Worlds, with this appearing just yesterday. For now though, we will take both of these posts with a pinch of salt. I think it's important to say though that you shouldn't get disappointed if Wyatt isn't there, and let's just see it as a bonus if it does indeed happen. Either way, tonight is a tribute to a wonderful man, and even if Bray Wyatt doesn't show up, it's going to be an emotional night of wrestling, all in memory of the late great Brody Lee. And before you go, make sure you check out my video where I discuss the secret wrestling returns of CM Punk before he showed up in AEW.